after these news headlines.
Ahead in 7 News tonight, Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk announces sweeping reforms for the state's parole system. It was prompted by the murder of Beth Kippen in Woolgaroo last year.
A funding package of $265 million over 6 years to implement these reforms.
A Pentland family's court plea to stop the banks repossessing their farm. And the fury planned for the future after coach Ian Ferguson resigns. Details shortly.
Thanks to the newsroom for that, Australia.
Tonight, a grandmother's murder prompts a parole overhaul.
The court plea to save a family farm.
Clive Palmer grilled over the refinery collapse.
And signs of another underwater heatwave.
Across Townsville and North Queensland, this is 7 News with Brough and Joanne Desmond.
Good evening, thanks for joining us.
Good evening.
Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk has outlined sweeping changes to the state parole system, allocating more than $260 million to implement the scheme. It's bittersweet news to the family of murdered Woolgaroo grandmother Beth Kippen, whose death prompted the overhaul.
Beth Kippen's violent death has left a lasting legacy. The 81-year-old grandmother was fatally stabbed in her home last July by a stranger in an alleged drug-fuelled frenzy. Amelia Adam, 7 News.
Farmers from across our region travelled to Townsville today to support a grazing family in a court case against Rabobank. A cattle property in Pentland owned by the Bradshaw family was repossessed earlier this month, and they say receivers acted on illegal documents.
Lauren Cooney, 7 News.
Former Queensland nickel boss Clive Palmer says sacked workers from the Townsville refinery should be grateful they had years of employment. Mr Palmer and his wife were questioned in Brisbane's federal court today over his role in the company's collapse.
North Queensland marine experts say the Great Barrier Reef could be in for another wave of coral bleaching, the second in a year. Early signs have been reported from Mackay to Cape York.
It's just starting to recover, but the Great Barrier Reef is still in trouble.
The thing about the bleaching event that we had last year is, yes, it was the worst bleaching event we've ever had, but it's just one extreme weather event driven by climate change.
Cane farmers say they're struggling with the high price of electricity, which for many has almost tripled in the past decade. They want Ergon Energy to review its policies for people on the land before soaring costs put them out of business.
On his 110-hectare cane farm, electricity accounts for 15% of Mark Vass's annual costs. With 7 pumps and 2 sheds, Mark has 9 separate electricity bills with Ergon Energy. Last financial year, they added up to more than $70,000. Lauren Cooney, 7 News.
We'll take a break in a moment. We'll have a look at what's happening around our region over the weekend.
And safety first as students learn about risks on the roads.
Nice having you with us on 7 News. The RACQ School Road Safety Initiative Streets Ahead will expand across regional Queensland thanks to a funding boost. Students who've road tested the popular program are already learning to play it safe.
Well, now for a look at what's happening around North Queensland this weekend, here's comedian Ian Zaro.
Hello, everybody. Are you enjoying this weather? It is hot and steamy. Oh, wait, is that just me? I'm Ian Zaro here to tell you what is on. Do you like Kung Fu? I know I do. Why not stop by the Riverway Lagoon on February the 17th for a movie on the big screen and practice your Kung Fu moves while watching Poe and the Furious Five take down some bad guys. This is a free event and starts at 7:15 p.m. Are you ready to watch the Firefly? Having claimed back-to-back titles, the Fire are attempting to become the first Queensland-based team to secure a three-peat. Don't miss a minute of the action at Townsville Stadium on February the 18th. Tickets are available from the ticket shop. Do you like running? why not take a sprint up Castle Hill? The first run in the Quarter Limits Trail Running Series 2017 will be held on Castle Hill this Sunday. This is a perfect induction to trail running, and it's on home ground. But make sure you get your tickets in time. It sold out last year. Well, oh well, what an incredible week. So much physical activity, I think I feel a six-pack coming on. No, I'm just hungry. And remember, if there's anything you think we should know about, email us at localnews@7.com.au. And also remember to follow me, Ian Zaro, on Facebook. Is that a cut? Can we go get chicken now?
Oh, Ian, get that heart rate down pretty quickly, mate.
Yeah.
Well done. Let's get into the sport. Origin talk, Nath, about a young cowboy.
Yeah, that's right. Brough co-captain Jonathan Thurston believes one of North Queensland's rising stars is ready to step up this year. We'll have more on that next, plus coaching drama at the Northern Fury. The Townsville Fire hitting form at the right time. Welcome back to 7 News. Cowboys champion Jonathan Thurston has endorsed Ethan Lowe as the man to fill the Queensland back row spot vacated by the retired Corey Parker. Lowe, who will line up in tomorrow night's final trial against the West Tigers, has been among North Queensland's best in the pre-season in a stunning return from neck surgery. The Fire are confident they've prepared as well as possible for Saturday night's must-win WNBL clash against Canberra in Townsville. If today's training was anything to go by, it's hard to argue. Ian Ferguson says the decision to resign as National Premier League coach of the Northern Fury was one of the toughest of his illustrious career. He'll turn his attentions to his new business, while the Fury are adamant they can still have a successful 2017 campaign. 9 days out from season kickoff, not the news you want to hear, but let's see what happens in the next few days, guys.
Absolutely, mate. Good on you, Nath.
All right, stay with us after the break. Livio has all the weather for us, and Scotty Hillier has our fishing report as well.
Good evening, Livio Regano with tonight's weather. Well, at long last, the monsoon rains break out across North Queensland. Meanwhile, the rest of the state prepares for another hot weekend. Now, folks, if you live in Townsville and thought you wouldn't see heavy rain in your lifetime, you'd be shocked. Overnight, we got 38 mils and a lot more today. We'll see tomorrow how much exactly. A few areas even got over that mark. And now on radar, it still looks like more is coming down. Temperatures today across the Herbert Burdekin, Townsville, a range of 24 to 29 degrees. Probably the first time we've been below 30 in 100 years. Air had 26 and Charterstown's only 28. Let's look at the satellite loop now. You can see the intense falls that were affecting the Whitsunday coast yesterday has now moved up, as expected, to the Townsville area, which has had a heap of rain today, and right up the Gassery coast towards Cairns. There's a severe thunderstorm warning current for the heavy falls and flash flooding there. You can see the circulation forming in the Gulf of Carpentaria as well. Good chance of a cyclone forming there over the weekend. Some interior thunderstorms as well. Now let's have a look at today's chart. There's the monsoon trough crossing over somewhere just north of Townsville. That's the active area. Lots of rain today, which is really, really good to see. It's a month too late, I suppose. That connects with that low in the Gulf of Carpentaria. Meanwhile, in the southeast, we've still got a breaking ridge. Now, on tomorrow's chart, the inland trough moves a bit closer. A warmer northerly wind starts to affect southern parts, but more showers and storms in the tropics. Now, the latest from the Weather Bureau. Boating forecast for Townsville waters. Easterly winds tomorrow up to 15 knots only, then becoming light and variable for the weekend. Tomorrow's low tide, it'll fall before 9:30 in the morning, and the high coming in about 1:45. Herbert and Lower Burdekin, more showers again tomorrow with possible thunderstorms. Townsville, a range of 26 to 32 degrees, Air 32 as well. Ingham 24 to 32, and the Northern Goldfields and Upper Flinders, showers and possible storms as well. Charterstown's reaching 35 degrees, Georgetown a range of 24 to 32. Looking ahead now for Townsville, drier on the weekend, but let's keep our fingers crossed for more showers next week. It'll stay pretty warm, but at least it's a bit closer to average. This week's question from Zoe Barrowcliffe. At what altitude does the lower atmosphere become the upper atmosphere? Well, actually, there are 4 distinct atmospheric layers, but it's only the lowest of these, called the troposphere, that contains our everyday weather. The roof of the troposphere is around 15 kilometres high, just above jet plane cruising level, where those great big thunderheads spread out into flat sheets of ice. Further down, we find our rain clouds, thick grey blankets that usually sit around 3 to 8 kilometres high. This is the middle atmosphere. Once you get below about 3 kilometres, you're talking lower atmosphere, the land of lumpy, flat-bottom clouds and fast-moving showers. And that's it from me, folks. Now it's over to Scott Hillier with the fishing report.
Yeah, good on you, Livio. Pretty good conditions forecast for the weekend. Looks like the boaties are going to get a chance to sneak out to those inshore hotspots once again. The pelagic action has been red hot. I reckon worth chasing again this weekend. Here's a few tips. Now, there's been plenty of undersized barramundi around at the moment, so if you are out chasing a few, take a good measuring stick. They need to be at least 58 centimetres and, of course, a maximum of 1.2 metres. Good luck if you do wet a line. I'll be back here next Thursday night. 7 News. Have a top weekend.
Great, thanks for that, Scotty. And that's all from us for tonight. Thanks very much for your company.
And of course, we have a replay over on 7-2 coming up in a moment. Otherwise, catch you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
On 7 News tonight, breaking news on the mystery disappearance of troubled swimmer Grant Hackett.
Race against time, bushwalkers lost in the Gold Coast hinterland.
The Sun Princess struck again by sickness. What's caused the second outbreak? Homes destroyed in an unfolding bushfire emergency in New Zealand.
Live from our Brisbane headquarters, this is 7 News with Sharon Gadella and Bill McDonald.